Hey gang, resting here in Big Bear Lake. Been here about 2 nights, need one more night. Just letting the shins heal. All these double zeros are really holding me up from the trail, but gotta heal up. It's zero fun going on declines. It feels like someone's jabbing a knife in your shins every couple of steps. So while the healing goes on, I wanted to let's talk about cancer on the trail, the ostomy that I've got, and how that's been going, talking to other people about it. It's not something I'm broadcasting, but it comes up because I got this big metal, attachment to my hip belt to try and keep the hip belt off of my ostomy. As you can imagine, if the hip belt rides up against that and you got some outputs, it's going to make a huge mess, a huge code brown as I call it. So we'll look at that in a second, but I wanted to lay out all my gear, my ostomy gear, and kind of go over it. But before that, like I said, people comment on the hip belt because everyone's consumed about weight, and they're like, "What's that extra thing on your pack?" And I tell them, and most people, I go, "Hey, I had a bout with cancer, and I got this ostomy. I'm very forward about it," and that usually stops the conversation. There's not too many follow-up questions, but a few, have been interested. It's an opportunity for a little bit of awareness. Everyone out here is pretty young for the most part, and I'm like, look, you got symptoms, blah blah blah. Get checked. It's a real thing. It can happen to anyone at any age. So it's been cool to do a little bit of awareness. I got a Fight CRC, Fight Colorectal Cancer patch on my pack. I've been taking some photos of that, and people can see that on my pack, so they kind of know that I'm coming. Got this cancer thing going on, and that provides another opportunity to talk about it. And like I said, so raising awareness is kind of cool, part of the trip. Anyways, so here's the gear. Okay, so we've got an irrigation kit. I don't irrigate on the trail. Most of you know irrigation, or maybe you don't know, irrigation is basically giving yourself an enema, getting all the waste out, and you get about 30 hours of output-free stoma. Stoma that won't output for about 30 hours. At least that's at home. On the trail, it's been a little bit different. I've gotten longer than that, and I've gotten also about 30. So I think that depends on my hydration level. But I've been really amazed at how much more frequent I have the opportunities to irrigate than originally. So that's been welcome. Just creates less hassle on the trail. I have to clean up after myself and swap out bags. So here's the stuff that I use when I'm on the trail. It's a two-piece system. You've got these single wafers, flexible wafers from Coloplast. This is all Coloplast stuff. And you peel off the backing, put it against your abdomen, and that mates with one of these closed pouch bags. You peel off the adhesive, that goes onto the wafer, and you've got a nice closed system. And that's been working pretty well, and that rides underneath that belt. I've got about 3 or 4 bags per day. And when I have to, swap one out, I've got, all the stuff to clean up, to keep it clean. I've got some toilet paper, I've got some Purell wipes, I've got some blue bags to put the used bags in, and I also got a trowel to do a little cat hole, and I'll try and empty out as much of the waste as I can from the bag into the cat hole, bury it, and that way I'm only putting in the blue bag, hopefully, just the closed pouch and not too much waste, keep the weight down. And I put all the waste into a lock sack. I don't have it out here. It's a pretty large plastic Ziploc that is odor free, so that's pretty nice too. I use 2 1-gallon Ziploc bags. I put everything here in 1-gallon Ziploc bag, and I put the irrigation kit in the second one. And let's see what else. Oh, these are just irrigation sleeves for when I'm irrigating in town or at a campground, or there's this wildlife reserve a few days ago that gave me an opportunity to irrigate there, which was fantastic. I didn't have an irrigation sleeve, so I just tore a hole in the bottom of one of these and used it as an irrigation sleeve kind of a hack that worked. I was in the bathroom, so I could clean myself up after I did that. And these are some Stoma capsules for wearing around town after you irrigate. If I'm going to be in town for a couple of days and I don't have to use this whole system, keeps it clean. But on the trail, I'll use this. And then last but not least, the hip belt. You know, it's this, gosh, it's, you know, this is like a, I don't know, 1.5 foot long, 2-inch wide piece of aluminum bar that was a straight bar I got at Home Depot. Was able to fashion or bend it and cut it pretty easily. Drilled some holes in it a few days ago at one of the trail towns. Borrowed some power tools from the hotel. Tried to reduce the weight of it a little bit, and it's working okay. You can tell by the profile that, you know, I've got it bending out so that it keeps hopefully keeps the hip belt off my abdomen. And when I'm wearing it, you know, this clip will come over the metal bar and clip into the other end of the clasp. You get about 1 inch or 2 away from the abdomen, and it seems to be working okay. It's not perfect, still dialing it in after 3 weeks, but it's getting there. The alternative is to buy something commercially for $200, but I haven't needed it yet. I haven't gone too many days where I've had to swap out a lot of bags, or I haven't been on the trail for a long enough stretch, a multi-day stretch, where I couldn't irrigate. I've had to swap out so many bags that I've had to deal with some serious messes and really put this to the test. So, and which is fine, but so far so good. I'll try the commercial option if I have to. Anyway, so that's it. You know, like I said, it's learning curve, and so far so good. And I'm sure, you know, there's going to be other opportunities to talk to people about colorectal cancer as they ask me questions about the patches on my pack and my gear. And I got some other orgs that I support that are going to send me like flags and stuff to hold up at various points along the trail. So yeah, making, you know, colorectal cancer awareness part of this trip, which is kind of cool because it's a real deal. Like I said, it can happen to anyone at any age. So that's it for now. That's the gear coverage for ostomy supplies and backpacking with an ostomy on the PCT. I'm sure there'll be more down the road as I learn more. All right, out.